Hello, hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our live show. We have a full moon this week. Full moon, baby. We're gonna release, we're gonna let shit go, but through the lens of Sagittarius. And I love this for us because right now, all the interwebs, this whole world is full of so many beliefs, so many opinions. But where is the heart? Where is the meaning making? Where is the philosophy? If we were to really strip away and really carve out all of these patterns, all of these beliefs we carry, what would we truly be left with? What would we be left with? And hopefully it's something a little closer to truth. Hopefully it's a little closer to the essence, to your life force, to who you are as a human being, as a spiritual being having a human experience. That is Sagittarius. To quote Abraham Hicks, I think she is an amazing example of the tension between Sagittarius and Gemini. You know, Gemini being the perfect opposite, right? Of Sagittarius. A belief is a thought that you think to be true. A belief is a thought you think to be true. We think it to be true. How we meaning make, how we make sense of this world, that in its essence is what Sagittarius is all about. It's about believing in something. It's about sometimes we just have to delusionally believe in the silver lining of it all. That we will be okay. We will persevere. We will keep going. That there is a whole universe of cooperative components just like gathering all of this stuff to give you what you want, to give you what you desire. But the only way for you to get into that vibrational space, at times, we got to give our nervous system, our physical bodies, a literal example of that experience. Whereas Gemini, who is Sagittarius's perfect opposite, needs more data, needs more information. Sagittarius needs more experiences, needs more synchronicities, needs more interactions with the wide, expansive potential experiences we can pick and choose from, which in turn tell us how close we are to that desire and how far away we are from it. It really is all that simple. And for many of us, it's a gross exaggeration, of course, I'm generalizing here. But for many of us, we're carrying around a shit ton of beliefs that aren't necessarily even ours. Not ours to carry. Not ours. They're adopted. Stories, which is essentially what a belief is. Stories about why we're not capable. Stories about why we could never. Stories about why that thing is something that'll never happen to us. And when we make these declarative statements about who we are, then the universe goes, okay, that is who you are. You think you'll never have a soulmate? You think you'll never have a partner? You'll never have a partner. You think you'll never own a house? You'll never own a house. You think you'll never be a parent or a mother or a father or a caregiver? You'll never get that. You see, this world is vibrational, and it's vibrational by design. What curates our perspective, what curates our reality is a belief. And a belief is what? A thought you think to be true. But truth, whatever truth is so fickle. And oftentimes, what is necessary to entertain another belief is an openness to see ourselves and our humanity through the story of another person. And that right there, in its core essence, is what Sagittarius is all about. With the full moon, we're releasing something, right? We're releasing a belief. Or beliefs, whatever it is for you. We're releasing whatever it is that's mucking it up and getting in the way and making us feel insecure. Whatever that is for you, we're releasing it. Because the universe does want to conspire in your favor, to quote The Alchemist. The universe is conspiring in your favor. And when we give up whatever story, whatever narratives that this universe is out to get us, instead of looking at this universe working for us, in fact, showing us exactly who we are, where we are, why we are. If we were to just turn down the noise of other people's opinions, other people's belief systems, other people's whatever it is, if we were to just turn it all down and just connect with the core essence of our soul, who is always loving, always ready for you whenever you're ready for it. The universe is not keeping tab. There isn't this karmic debt you have to pay to then earn the life you've always wanted. Life is not punishing you. You are punishing you by not believing in yourself, by not believing in the inherent potential good of other people. A belief is something you say with your whole heart, with your whole chest. And sometimes that belief is contradictory to what your soul really wants. Sometimes it's just a thought pattern, but there's no distinguishing factor here between a thought pattern or a belief. Some thought patterns we think is just true because somebody else told us it was true. We give our authority, our autonomy to other people who are just on their fucking pedestal preaching whatever they're doing with conviction. And because they're preaching it with conviction, because we're preaching it with conviction, something inside of us thinks it's the whole truth, but it's not. If it were the whole truth, we would not be fighting each other. Other people's opinions of you have no business to do with you. We all came into this world because we have desires, we have beliefs, we have whatever it is. And you get to carve out your own path. You get to choose what to believe in. And whatever belief you've been exercising for some time that you've convinced yourself is truth, that you've convinced yourself is fact, that it's the way the world is. You want to change your life, you change your belief. To change your belief, you change your thoughts. And with enough consistency, with enough exercise, with enough evidence of you vibrating from a place of things actually do work out for me, things actually do work out in my favor. With enough of that, the universe will show you time and time and time and time and time again just how worthy you are of love, just how worthy you are of all the beautiful things you want and desire. We will not stop desiring. We came into this world as these meat sacks, these little balls of desire. We came out of the womb crying, crying, crying. We wanted to be held. Cry, cry, cry. We want to be fed. Cry, cry, cry. We want our diaper to be changed. Cry, cry, cry. We just wanted to laugh. We just wanted to know mommy was there. And then someone told us we wanted too much. How dare they? How dare that person tell us we want too much and we should want less? And since these people were larger than us, taller than us, these walking giants while we were wang, 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 just wanting, 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 we took their bigness, their grandness, their conviction as truth. But little did we know, they were just projecting whatever truth they had within them onto us. But we never stop wanting. We never stop desiring. And that's the point. A desire is just confirmation that the manifestational reality of that desire is possible. That's all that it is. Do you believe? That is Sagittarius. Do you believe? Do you believe? I think the next evolutionary step here, though, is do you believe? And does your belief build worlds? Or does it destroy them? That's very worth exploring. All right. Well, on that note, my friends, we have some personal readings today, yeah? We have a full lineup here today. I'm just going to roll call here. We got Lisa. We got Iris. Iris. We got Carolina. We got Kiki. Do you love me? I'm sorry. You probably get that all the time, Kiki. In that order. Lisa, Iris, Carolina, Kiki. Anybody else who wants to book a reading with me in the future, you can drop chat. If you're watching this on IG Live, you can drop chat. I'll DM you all my links. If you're watching on YouTube, all you got to do is look at the description. All of my links and informations are in there. So completely up to you. But in the meantime, I'm getting myself prepped for Lisa. Your reading is... It is time. And also, while we get this chart running, how are you? Everybody, how we doing? Drop it in the chat. How we doing? How we feeling? How we vibing? How we buzzing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling nourished. And if you're not, well, then I hope that by the end of today's conversations and interactions, you'll feel a little sane. A little more sane. Let's see what we got going on here for you. Yeah. Great. Got it. Done. All right. This message is for Lisa. Lisa, wherever you are in the world. Give me 1 second here, actually. Because I don't think this... I just gotta fix this real quick. I just noticed the chart is not reading in its full form. There we go. I'm gonna do this. No, I don't want that. Why does it do that? All right. Hold, please, Lisa. Apologies. The technical difficulties. Yeah, I got the clickety clacks. You gotta have the clickety clacking keys. Clickety clacking keys are essential. Give me 1 second here, friends, so that I can get myself situated. Man, I should have done this before so that it wasn't so extra. Well, fuck it. This is what we doing. All right, Lisa. So you're in a rut. You're talking about being in a rut. How do we get out of this rut? Well, you do your North Node. This applies to everybody in this space. You're trying to get out of a rut. You do your North Node work. You're trying to get out of a rut. You do your sun sign work. Sun sign is your source of sanity. Moon sign is your source of happiness. North Node is that reach, is that stretch. And your reach, Lisa, is Taurus. It is Taurus. We're moving away from this life of complexity and struggle to a life of simplicity. Life can be simple. That's it. Point blank, period. You're not in a rut. You're just making a simple situation super complex. That's all that it is. Taurus. Very simple things to keep a Taurus happy. good vibes, good food, good company, good clothes, good life. Taurus walks into this world and goes, life is good. Life is good. Life, it can be good. It's as primal as life itself. And we all came into this world with this animalistic energy, right? We all came into this world yearning, desiring, wanting comfort, wanting stability, wanting something where our nervous system could go, okay, cool. Wow, I was really in some deep shit. But whatever struggle it is you are having with yourself, can we get simple with it? Can we get silent with it? Any action, at least any forward-moving action, intentional action ever taken, has always come from a place of silence. It doesn't come from struggle, it comes from silence. Stillness. The energy of, oh, okay, cool. Well, in this right now moment, I have a roof above my head. I have people who love me. I have animals who love me. I'm fed. Simple comforts. But we get so caught up in the drama, very South Node in Scorpio, getting caught up in the drama, not just any drama of other people. South Node Scorpio, baby. Other people's drama, other people's shit. South Node Scorpio comes into this world with that karma of feeling like the world is out to get them. They're on edge. They're waiting to attack. They're waiting to react. They're waiting for that stinger to get you in the jugular. In the 7th house of relationship, in the 7th house of partnership. And here we have some challenging energies as well. Pluto's in Scorpio here in that 7th house. We're learning how to trust our intuition, trust our instinct, especially when it comes to relating to other people. We got the sun in Libra here, which is telling me like, yeah, your source of sanity is relationship. Your source of sanity is connection with other people. So beautiful to relate and connect with other people. We love that. But if that relationship, if that relatability means we're not listening to what is already inherently wrong, because the truth of the matter is like, you don't need other people to feel okay with yourself. You need you to feel okay with yourself. And every single time we automate our autonomy, our independence, our self-sufficiency to other people, waiting for them to handle us with care, waiting for them to extend the care, the needs that we want and desire, time and time again, we're set up for failure. Because we're looking for the other person to be that other half. But you have to start by being your other half first, embodying that. And in that, you're able to siphon and filter through the potential folks who are just not ready to carry your love and care with the reverence it deserves. You want relationship that is balanced, but we seek relationship through a lens of struggle, through a lens of suspicion. Whatever we're making up about whoever that other person is, whoever our partner is, the drama of it all. South Node Scorpio, the drama of it all. It's inaccurate. It's paranoia. And clearly, there's time and space for you to stand back and understand like, okay, cool. This person doesn't have my best interest in mind. And I'm tired of trying to get them to level up to that, whatever that leveling up is. I'm tired of trying for them or asking of them to fulfill basic needs, basic boundaries or expectations that I demand in relationship. What you want and desire in partnership, Lisa, is not too much. Your needs are not too much. But the only way for you to fully embrace that and understand that your needs are not too much is by first extending that unmovable peace and comfort and love and nurturance to yourself. North Node in the first house of self. That's the baseline, baby. It has to start from there. Whatever relationship or connection or whatever it is you end up creating must start from a place of unmovable peace. We have enough wisdom now. We have enough struggle now to be able to discern the relationships that are for you and the relationships that are not for you. And it's not to shit on the relationships that are not for you, you know? It's not even to shit on those peoples. Because everyone gets to decide whether or not they're ready for what you want and desire. Everyone gets to decide. It's not for you to control that narrative for that other person. But it's all on you to be able to go, actually something doesn't smell right. I'm going to go over here instead. You want relationship. You want connection. I think it's time for you to fully embrace the intuition of it all that comes in when a relationship is just, and this applies to friendships, partnerships, business relationships, all of it. It's time to address the dead corpses in that room. Life can be simple for you. It doesn't have to be a melodrama. And it's as simple as that. Simple as that. All right, love? All right. Well, that's what I have for you, dear. I appreciate you. I love you. I value you. I hope you found this reading to be of resonance. Wherever you are in the world, if you're watching the replay of it, great. I appreciate you. And onward and upward, okay? Onward and upward. I'm just going to try real quick to make this work, because for some reason for some reason I don't understand why it's doing that. There we go. Much better. Let's get you going back here. Thank you all for your patience. All right. Beautifers. We got our chart up and running. Finally. It was bothering me how dark it was looking. But that's for you, Lisa. Next message is for Edis. Edis, this one is for you, love. Let me just pull up your chart real quick. Edie, 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 Bamba. Edie, Edie, Bamba. Edie, 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 Bamba. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, Edie, this message is for you, dear. Guess what? There is no such thing as retirement. I hate to tell you. But I love to tell you, there is no such thing as retirement. This idea that once you check off a certain box and you've done enough this and you've done enough that you will finally just like, sit down and just do nothing for the rest of your life is flawed. And it's immensely capitalistic, and it's super systemic. But that is not what life is all about, at least not in your life either. There's still stuff for you to do. There's still stuff for you to experience. This feeling of just like, how do you get over this? There's so much chaos. I feel voiceless. Well, it's because you're viewing the world working around you and you're not doing anything. You're not expressing. You're not changing. You're not letting this chapter, this change you. The source of your sanity, Edie, is that of change. Sun sign in Scorpio. Change is in your DNA, my love. You came into this world to metamorphosize. You'll still be changing even when you're on that bed taking your last breath. You'll still be changing. Now, what ends up causing a lot of friction is inaction. It's not moving. It's being so detached from everything happening in the world that you don't do anything about it. South Node Aquarius. You see what's wrong in the world. You see the chaos. And yet you don't do anything. You don't share it. You don't express it because you don't want to be the intense one. You don't want to be the person who rocks the boat too intensely or too muchly. So you stay removed. You stay behind a veil instead of speaking about it, expressing it. And here's the thing, North Node in Leo, you came into this world to be seen. You're voiceless. You feel voiceless because you're not saying anything. You're not speaking anything. You're not engaging with the change. Whatever it is that's changing inside of you, whatever it is that's billowing outward, it wants to be expressed. It wants to connect. It wants to connect with others as well. What you're seeing is inherently wrong and chaotic in this world. Guess what? There is a flip side to that. You know, one of the beautiful things I love about this North Node in Leo is that, first and foremost, Leo is the archetype of joyful expression. It is the theater kid of the zodiac. It is the person that goes, look at me, see me, witness me. I will take my applause now, and I bow. I bow, thank you very much. Oh, and encore, I got you. Now, for some people, that can be very annoying. It could be very egoic. But with North Node in Leo, especially with South Node in Aquarius, that's the shadow here. We're looking at the amplification here of that South Node in Aquarius, which is, nope, on the outside looking in, not going to do anything. I'm just going to stay in my retirement. But the North Node in Leo here is Aquarius informed. It takes all that information that Aquarius is taking in, which feels like a lot, which wants to propel and push humanity forward, and it siphons it and reaches for its expression through that North Node in Leo. So what you're being seen in, what you're expressing, is not by accident. It is informed by what humanity truly needs to hear. In all of it, it carries depth, absolutely. Moon in Scorpio, we go deep. We got the sun in Scorpio, we go deep. And for any Scorpios here in the house, whether you have sun, moon, rising, please stop resisting change. Instead of trying to control change, instead of trying to control and manipulate change, embrace it. Y'all came into this world to be the goo in a chrysalis, in a cocoon, forever forming. And nothing about A caterpillar becoming a butterfly is comfortable. Something material becomes mush. Talk about bones breaking. Talk about like the darkness of it all. Totally unsure of what you will become or be on the other side. But man, oh man, oh man, is the change worth it? Whatever the struggle is, whatever the chaos is information. It's telling you how close to the center of that cocoon, the center of the storm, the eye of the storm you are in. Because this idea that you're how many years old and that's it, you're going to retire and you're done. I don't think you'll, looking at your chart, I don't think you'll ever really let that just be a thing. So much of your chart is imbued with, great, now I get to be reborn again. And what a beautiful gift to keep reinventing and exploring parts of yourself that you never given yourself permission to explore. One major part of yourself worth exploring, if we're quote unquote retired and now we have time, sure, whatever. Your joy. Why not spend some time exploring your joy? Why not spend some time exploring your love? Because it's worth it. Life can be joyous as well. Life doesn't always have to be a struggle. So if we're transforming anywhere in anything in our life right now, maybe it's worth pointing it in that direction. And let me tell you, this Leo conversation is only going to get louder because beginning July of this year, we got Jupiter entering Leo. Jupiter, the planet of luck, of abundance, of doors opening up for us, entering the sign which is literally all about being seen, being witnessed, expression, saying, expressing, embodying, and living the truth you've already come into this world with. If you want to open up doors, if you want opportunities to come your way, if you want those blessings with Jupiter and Leo, well, you got to risk rejection. You got to risk being seen, risk being visible. And there's something so beautiful when we put ourselves out there on the stage of life fully, rawly, in all of our beautiful authenticity. And in that, what tends to happen is some people start clapping. Some people see you. Some people go, yeah, me too. And in that, what does that do to the soul? It goes, I belong here. I'm onto something. But if you're keeping that something all to yourself and not moving with it, not working with it, not creating with it, whether that's art, or some truth, and it's worth exploring, and it's worth exploring some creativity. How can you creatively translate this chaos into something that mirrors humanity in a way that goes, yeah, that. There's an artist here worth exploring. And let's be real, look at all this Aries energy up here in your 10th house. Your legacy, your career. Aries being the sign of beginning, being at the start of something. And your notes all talk about the ending, right? All talk about the retirement. All talk about, and like, here we got all this Aries energy that says it's not too late to begin something new. Never too late to begin something new. Why not? There's so much more to life than retiring and that's it. So much of this chart, this moment here, is also about remembering that you can still be a kid. You can still be a kid again. You can still be young, no matter how old you get. And it's important that we don't forget that pulse. Now, I get it. I'm some young kid talking all this astrology to you, and sure, I haven't been gifted with the experience or the time or any of that, right? I haven't been gifted with that yet. And sure, there's some naivete here with me as I'm on this side reading you in what seems to be like we're transitioning into a maturity, right? Born 1961, right? So I understand that over here, yeah, there's a void of experience. But in your chart, at least what I'm interpreting in your chart, don't forget about your inner child. Don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to play. Don't forget to enjoy. Don't forget to live. You can still shine. You can still be bright. You can still be spontaneous. And in that, we do or we can move from chaos to something that feels more like the center. Whatever feels chaotic is typically to do with resistance. We're resisting change instead of intentionally accepting it for what it is. We're resisting change because we're scared what's on the other side. We have all these beliefs that tell us we're too old, we're too this, we're too that to try again. Now is not a good time for another existential crisis. Now it's not the right time to be reborn again. I've already done this before. Great. How exciting it is to do it again this time. With gusto, right? This time with feeling, con sentimiento. Right? This time with, cool. Why not? Why not start again? Why not? All right, love? All right. Well, that's what I have for you, dear. I appreciate you. I love you. I witness you. Go have fun, play, activate that inner child. Because joy is still a possibility, right? There is chaos, but there's also peace. There is sadness, but there's also happiness. Both can exist at once. It's not one or the other. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I love you. I witness you. I thank you. And onward to the next one. We keep going, yeah? Sweet. We got 2 more for friends who are just joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you're watching on Instagram and you'd like a personalized reading like this, or maybe a personal one-on-one reading where we really sit down for an hour and break down all the other placements in your chart, all you got to do is comment chart. I'll send you all the links to book something with me. If you are on YouTube, then all you got to do is click on that description and there's all of my offerings on there. Okay. You're welcome, Edis. I love you. Interest. A comment came here on YouTube. You know, this is all bullshit, right? Yeah, it could be. It can absolutely all be bullshit. Or it can be something that really helps you. Either way, it's completely up to you. You take what resonates, you leave what doesn't. I'm just telling you a story. And if in that story you happen to see yourself a little bit more, then great. In this story, if some tension is to come up, well then great. You got to listen to that too. Because all that I'm doing here is looking at this chart and telling you a story. And in that story, you might find a little fragment of who you are as an individual, as a being. Stories are what have kept humanity afloat time and time again. If we didn't have storytelling, if we didn't have these tools, who knows where we'd be? So yeah, it might be bullshit to you, but it might not be for another person. That's important to recognize as well. That we're all trying to grow in this space. And maybe some growth for you is to turn down the judgment a little bit. Because this might be actually really valuable to you if you were to just try and be open. Just a little bit. That's it. All that it takes is a little bit of openness. All right, next up on the list, we have Carolina, and then we will close out with Kiki. Kiki. All right. Hey, Dominican Republic in the house. DR in the house. I love it. I love that the Afro-Caribbean peoples are in the space. It makes me feel good as a Puerto Riqueño. All good stuff. All right, let's see here. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. It's not a watermelon necklace, although now you got me thinking it might need to become a watermelon necklace. All right, cool. Carolina, this message is for you, baby. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, amore. So things are so loud. Absolutely. You don't understand the messages. You don't understand the things. I get it. So a couple of things that are coming through here for you, amor. First and foremost, it might benefit you in fully embracing that beautiful Gemini Sun, which is all about curiosity. It's all about learning. It's all about learning something new. In the 8th house, we're learning about shadows, right? We're learning about those things that we turn our back on and we ignore. And with the moon, your source of happiness in Cancer, it's about also loving the shadow, loving the chaos, loving those parts that people would typically turn their back on. Gemini here, it might be really useful for you to start learning shadow work, start learning how to sit with the deeper subconscious parts of self that, you know, maybe running the program here. And, you know, your North Node paints a picture of the other side of this conversation as well. But that was like the first thing coming through as I'm reading your notes and I'm looking at these messages here. It's how can we look at all that noise and really start picking it apart? I'm sure that if you were to sit down with all that is loud in you right now, that you will find a through line of some sort. You will find a pattern. You will find a connecting thread. And in that, you will start learning exactly what needs to be nurtured, exactly what needs to be loved. Because this moon in Cancer here in the 8th house, we're talking about mama bear energy for sure, but mama bear of the shadow. Mama bear of the spaces that are probably a little bit quieter, but are adding on all those little quieter asks, all those quieter needs becomes increasingly louder as well, right? I want to be clear here with Uranus, that planet of innovation, that planet of sudden shock, that planet of revolution entering Gemini here. We got some time of things getting a little louder, right? I need you to start talking to people, I would say. That would get that loudness to sort of mellow out here a bit more. We have Jupiter in Gemini in the 7th house of relationship natally. We have Mercury in Gemini here in that 7th house of relationship as well. So Amor, we need to talk. We need to talk. We need to get it out. We need to be having conversation. Instead of thinking that we're the only one who can hold all of this. We're the only one who can speak all, like, who are our people? What sort of conversations are we having? We need to be able to verbally bring those shadows to light. That is what the sun needs. That is what Jupiter needs. That's what Mercury needs. We need to be able to free word associate here. This, what I'm doing right now for you, is cute. I love it. It's amazing. But what would make this experience even better is if you and I were actually sitting in front of each other and like, tell me everything. If I were to just be like that, tell me everything. And in that, something comes through. Because the truth of the matter is you gotta talk about it. You gotta have conversations. You gotta express. And there's a lot of aha moments, a lot of really like puzzling the pieces together when you intentionally reach out to other people and just get it out of you. It's loud because you're keeping it, to yourself. It's loud because you're keeping it to yourself more than likely. Especially with the South Node here in Aries. South Node in Aries, like, we're learning how to trust other people in this lifetime. South Node Aries came into this world ready to fight, ready to battle. The world is out to get me. It's different than South Node in Scorpio, which also feels like the world is out to get them, but it's more withholding with South Node in Scorpio. It's more suspicious, emotionally suspicious, psychically suspicious. And South Node Scorpio will collect secrets and collect information from those other people as a almost like, cool, this is what I have to hold over you in the event I have to use it. Whereas South Node in Aries is active, it's confrontive, it's in your face, right? It's me. The world is out to get me. Everybody else, you better watch out, right? So it's very loud in the head for sure. And it's also can get very loud in those one-on-ones, to which part of the evolutionary work here, especially with the North Node in Libra, in the house of community, is maybe it's worth exploring listening a little bit more. What questions are we not asking here? And can we trust a container, a collective, some people here to really, anytime I sit with the North Node in Libra, I'm like, it is in your chart. It is in your path. If you choose to walk down it, it is available to you to feel unmovable and unshakable peace. Everything is forever and incessantly in a state of balancing itself. Everything is forever in a state of balance. Whether if on the outside it looks like war or conflict or confrontation or whatever, everything is forever trying to restore a sense of balance. But you are not the main instigating force in cultivating that balance. I hate to say this, and this is a gross oversimplification again, but it's not about you. I mean, it's that point blank simple. Like it's not about you. And if we were to really sit with that, let the ego dissolve a little bit more here and point our attention and our energy outward to a container, to a collective, to a community. And if we were to just turn the volume down on waiting for the ball to drop, the control of it all. It's a very South Node Aries territory, control, trying to control a situation, and just like letting things be as they are. There's nothing passive about that. There's nothing passive about letting things be. That is where the nervous system can finally go, But it's tough, right? You got Pluto in Libra here in that 11th house. So it's like, damn, that's a hard placement. So that North Node really wants to belong to a collective, a community of some sort. Where, okay, cool, but we haven't fully given ourselves to these spaces. We've given parts of ourselves to people, to others, to collectives, to community. But it's always been a part of us, not all of us. We're scared of losing whoever we are, me is. And it creates this feeling of isolation. But deep down inside, I look at this 8th house too with Gemini and Moon. 8th house is about what happens after we're naked, right? What happens after the honeymoon? What happens when you're really left with the raw, vulnerable truth of other people? How do we deal with that and still love the other? Still love the other. Still let the other influence us. And I think that's a really good word here, influence, right? I think South Node in Aries here is very like, you're not going to influence me. You're not going to influence me. I am me. I am the one in charge. I am the one in control. Could we surrender that, at least in this lifetime? That's that North Node here. That's the North Star. It's surrendering that to go. But it's also nice to let other people care for me. It's also nice to just let that happen, because there are people waiting for you. And here's the thing too. Here's just the truth of it all. I don't even want to say it's the sad truth of it all. Is that, guess what? You will still probably get let down. But for me, I would rather risk potentially getting let down than not giving myself the opportunity to be vulnerable with other people and to let other people be vulnerable with us. Connection, that is what really connects us. It's not, here's my line, you're on that side, I'm on that side, and if you cross that line, we're gonna fight. It's very South Node Aries territory. The North Node evolutionary path here is, let's make this line together. And you'll find if you lean into that North Node in Libra, it's less of a line. It might squiggle. We're trying to kind of make a circle here, but that circle is not perfect, but it's so balanced and it's so beautiful and it's so needed. We need each other. We really, really need each other. It's what helps us feel sane in a sometimes insane world. And that's what that North Node in Libra is all about. Can I trust myself with you? Can I trust you with me? And that's only something you can find out for yourself when you let those guards down, when you put down that sword, when you put down that shield, when you take off that armor and you just go, fuck it. This is where I'm at. This is who I am. Skeletons in the closet and all. Fuck, it's hard, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And you'll find time and time again in your life when you really reach for that North Node in Libra, which, guess what? It's supposed to be uncomfortable. That there are people on the other side of that so ready to embrace you, so ready to give you the other half of you, which can only be given to you by entrusting yourself to another. All right? All right. That's what I have for you, Carolina. Te amo. I love you. You are loved. You deserve so much love. You deserve it all. And you deserve that connection. You deserve that community. You got to put yourself in those spaces. All right? You'll see. You will see. Okay, amor? Okay. Well, on that note, let's move on upward and onward to our last reading for today. Is for Kiki. Kiki, wherever you are in the world. For friends who are just joining, who are just here, if you want a personalized reading, we're booked up for today, but you better book for the future because we book up fast, baby. If you comment chart on Instagram, I'll go ahead and I'll DM you all of my links to book a reading with me. If you look at the description in the YouTube video, if you're watching live on YouTube, you'll find all my links on there as well. So either way, those are my offerings. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see Who Books. I'm excited to read your chart. I really love doing this work. It's really fun and beautiful. Alrighty. Alright, Kiki, let's see what your notes have to tell me here. Oh my god, I love this for you. Okay. Kiki. Alright, Amon. So, I would say that the adventure is just beginning. I love the van life for you. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. Absolutely. But also, it's just beginning. It's less about being in a void and more about very clearly and precisely knowing, okay, cool. This needs to be the next step. I need this as well. Let's start first with your source of sanity, how you find a sense of sanity in this world. Sun in Gemini. Questions, conversations, connections in that way. Connections that feel really stimulating and exciting. And, ooh, this is giving me something here. I'm so excited to learn more about you. And I'm so excited about what I'm learning here. In the 11th house of community, who do we belong to? What are these spaces looking like? Did we just do the van life, hop on it, and just like traverse onward out into the sun? What communities did we find along the way? What communities will we like to belong to? And I'm telling you, with Uranus and Gemini here hovering in that 11th house, this conversation of community, collective vision, pushing the collective forward is just going to get louder and louder and louder. And you need conversations, peoples, to help you root and anchor in very intentional acts of service that will help you feel like you know you're doing your part. We did the wanderlust. We did the, I'm just going to go out into the world and see what happens. And in that, it's like, okay, cool. What is coming through? Who are you building with? And this whole theme of conversation is a very major thread in your whole entire chart. First and foremost, I want to address the void in the room, which you so beautifully expressed in the most beautiful ways in your notes. South Node in Pisces. Like, we've done already a lifetime of just like floating in the void, not knowing where you end or the other person begins. Like, in the 9th house of beliefs, of spirituality, talk about escaping into spirituality, talk about like, oh, I just want to be out of the 3D realm and I just want to go into the cosmos and just completely dissolve into space and time and reality. It's like, we're not doing that in this lifetime. We are here to really master the 3D. Understanding that the 3D realm, Earth, is so rich with such beautiful reflections of the macrocosm that is life, right? So we're moving away from, oh, I'm just floating out here in the void in space, I don't know what I'm gonna do, to I'm gonna, with my magnifying glass, really look at all the many beautiful systems that life has to offer. I'm gonna let the details inspire me. I'm going to let organization inspire me. Because guess what? We all want to go to that place one day, right? We all want to go to the place where like, yay, we dissolved, we surrender, it's over. But in order for us to get there, we must know and understand the body, this life, the things we can touch, feel, taste, connect with right here, the flesh. It's about making things real through our service. Practically. How are we serving in this lifetime? North Node, Virgo, in the house of communication. We're talking again this theme of communication. In many ways, you are super ruled by Mercury. Both Virgo and Gemini ruled by Mercury, planet of communications, of systems, of the intricate things that if one cog were to be out of that wheel in that clock, the clock would stop ticking. We need all parts. We need all peoples. And here you have this beautifully planted Sun in Gemini in that 11th house of community, just like, gosh, how can you be that cog? With that charisma, with that beautiful ability to express and to communicate, and your communication style is so soft, it's so loving, it's so Cancerian. Talk about like the mama bear archetype, like in 3D manifestational form. I see this chart and I see the makings in 3D of matriarch here. One that can sit in a council of community members and have that in many ways be the social experiment for the ways in which we should be connecting with one another in this lifetime. This feeling of things being wrong, where it gets wonky, is we feel all the wrong things and we completely dissolve and detached, and the depressiveness that comes behind it, because you're not only feeling one wrong thing, you're feeling all the wrong things, right? Mother of the world with no children. I love that. Absolutely. We're feeling all the things with that South Node in Pisces, and that can get quite escapist, and it can get quite detached, untethered, delusional. And that's why we need that North Node in Virgo, which goes, nope, all I need to do is follow this one step, and then this other step, and then this other step. Trust that you are qualified. And if a skill is missing, a skill is lacking, then we can build that skill. I highly recommend we start learning skills of critical thinking and how to engage in critical thinking in a community, in a collective of some sort. What skills of conflict resolution can you start building? What communication skills could you start building, so that you bring people in through that Sun in Gemini, through many people. But when push comes to shove and it's like, okay, guys, now it's time to do some work. What does that process look like? Understanding here that with your North Node in Virgo, we have a framework to build. A framework that is only possible with that heart and compassion of that South Node in Pisces. But that heart, sometimes it needs steps. It needs a framework to guide that beautiful muscle to a place of, okay, cool. Let me get here and now. Let me tether to the ground here and now. And it's all about service. That's why we're like lost and we don't know what to do. It's because we're probably not in our most aligned service. So I think that is also a really beautiful question for you to start asking yourself. Who do you want to serve? How do you want to serve? What does that look like? You throw in a moon in Capricorn as well in the 6th house of service, baby. Like, your moon sign is your source of happiness. If you don't feel like the work you're doing is meaningful and impactful, if you're not seeing the reward come from it, and it doesn't have to be monetary, it doesn't have to be money, but your moon really needs to feel like it's doing good work, great work, to feel a sense of happiness. So if there's anything inside of you going, I'm not doing enough, I would say with your astrology, specifically your chart, it's worth leaning into. And I don't want you to lean into it through the lens of shame, of like, I'm not doing enough. We're not whipping ourselves or beating ourselves up here. But the clear, pragmatic, I'm not doing enough and I could be doing better. What does that better look like? From a place of earnestness, not from a place of victimization. We're not trying to carry the whole entire world on our shoulders. No, if anything, we're just trying to see a community through, see this microcosmic space through. And in that, that's what bellows out. That's what ripples out. That's what connects other people. It does become a beacon of hope, a model, a framework that other spaces who are absolutely going to need it. We gotta be prepared. And if we do not feel prepared, then that is the first sign, the first clue of like, great, well, how can I prepare myself? What does that really look like practically? Resourcefully? Here, right now, in the 3D realm. We need Earth. We need this in order to make any dream, Piscean dream, possible. And it's well within your chart to be that voice. You have the experience. This year, you will have your Jupiter return, which I really love it. We are changing, baby. Jupiter and Leo in the first house. Come on, we're going to be seen. We're going to be visible in ways that becomes that beacon that reminds you, oh, this is what it is. This is what I want. This is what I desire. It's not frivolous for you to like be doing your van life. And in that, you probably got to see beautiful things, beautiful scenes, beautiful people. And while the world is changing in the way that it's changing, let that be a reminder of the life we're preserving. That's the whole point of this. We have a duty. We have a responsibility. All of us do. To be agents of change, to be agents of good change in this world, to wake up every morning and to say, God, grant that today I do the work that matters. That's all we want to do. God, grant that today I do the work that matters. Today. Today. Not tomorrow, not next month, not next year. Today. And if we keep following that pulse every single day, just walking in alignment with that mantra, that at its core, at its essence, is what Virgo is all about. God, grant that today I do the work that matters. And then tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. And as we thread together every single one of these acts of service, and we leave this world and we see the whole picture, whoa, how amazing. Somehow it all comes together, right? But we got to start today. The future is yet to be determined. The future is none of your business. But today is. Today absolutely is. All right? All right. I love you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You are here to walk a path of service. I say this to everyone in the space as well. You don't have to have Virgo in your chart like this. But truly, everyone is here to be of service. And man, it feels so fucking good to do so. I'm so lucky that I get to do this. I'm so lucky that I get to do this serviceful work. It feels good to my heart, to my core, to my DNA. Every day I get to wake up and I get to show up in this way and I get to serve. And if all I do in this world is serve in this way, contribute to that little flicker of hope, of trust, of surrender, to whoever is that witness, it could be one person, it could be a billion, then I did go work in this life. And so do you. We are co-creators of this new work. Paul, I love you. I love you, brother. I see you. All right, everybody. Well, I love you. I see you. I witness you. I will be back on doing some readings on Saturday. I can tell you we're already booked for Saturday. Still come through. We're going to talk more about the full moon in Sagittarius happening on Sunday, and I got some exciting announcements coming through. If you're watching the replay of this and you want to book in the future, if you're watching now, you can comment chart on Instagram Live if that's where you're watching. You can look at the description on YouTube if that's where you're watching. I'd love to read your chart for you. It would be an honor and a privilege. And come back. I do these shows every Thursday, every Saturday. It's called The Chart Room. I appreciate you. I love you. Everybody in the space, please say goodbye to each other. Say goodbye to the container. Say goodbye to the space. Witnessing each other. All the meaning making that's happened here. Honoring that. And reflecting it back to the collective sphere. Very important. So I'll leave the space open for a couple more minutes for you to acknowledge each other, wish each other well, and in turn wish yourself well. And it's important. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. I love you all. It's all good. Replay will be posted very shortly, friends. Goodbye, goodbye. Sending the best vibrations to all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now, everyone.